Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nia Sabreena, and today I'll be presenting about my part for our assignment, which I'll be telling about our author's background of the poem The Rose by Langleaf. So, Langleaf, born in a Thai refugee camp to Cambodian parents, she migrated to Australia in 1981 and grew up in Cabramatta, Sydney. Despite criticism from her community, she studied at the College of Fine Arts in Sydney, earning a Churchill Fellowship for her thesis. Initially, she founded the fashion label Akina, winning a Cantor Spirit of Youth Award. In 2012, Liv began sharing her poetry on Tumblr, gaining a large following. She self-published her first collection, Love and Misadventure, in 2013. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Emily Ezerin, and I will be reciting a poem entitled The Rose by Langleaf. Okay, I will start. Have you ever loved a rose and watched her slowly bloom? And as her petals would unfold, you grew drunk on her perfume. Have you ever seen her dance, her leaves all wet with dew, and quivered with the new romance, the wind he left her to? Have you ever longed for her on nights that go on and on? For now, her face is all a blur, like a memory kept too long. Have you ever loved a rose and bled against her thorn, and swear each night to let her go, then love her more by dawn? That's the poem by Langleaf entitled The Rose. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mardhiah, and today I will give an explanation of the poem's meaning and 3 poetic devices in the poem titled The Rose by Langleaf. The Rose is a poem that uses the metaphor of a rose to explore themes of love, longing, and the complexities of romantic relationships. The rose represents a loved one, and the poem describes the intense emotions associated with loving someone deeply. Blooming love. The opening stanza talks about the experience of watching a rose bloom, which symbolizes the early stages of love and the intoxicating effect of falling in love. Romantic dance. The second stanza describes the rose dancing with the wind, symbolizing the joy and excitement of a new romance. The imagery of dew and the wind's affection adds a sense of freshness and mutual attraction. Longing and memory. The third stanza reflects on the longing for the rose during lonely nights, indicating how the memory of loved ones can fade and become blurred over time, yet still hold a powerful emotional impact. Last but not least, pain and persistence. The final stanza addresses the pain, which is bled against her thorns, that often accompanies love, yet despite the pain, the speaker finds themselves loving the rose even more by morning. This highlights the paradox of love's joy and suffering, and the persistence of love despite difficulties. Okay, let's moving on to the poetic devices in the poem. First of all, this poem have metaphor. The entire poem uses the rose as a metaphor for a loved one. This extended metaphor runs throughout the poem, illustrating the beauty, complexity and pain of romantic love. Moving on to the second one, which is personification. The poem personifies the rose and the wind. The rose is described as dancing and quivering with romance, and the wind as a lover. This gives human-like qualities to nature, enhancing the emotional depth of the poem. For the last one, which is imagery. The poem is rich with visual and sensory imagery. Phrases like petals will unfold, drunk on her perfume, leaves all wet with dew, and bled against her thorns, create vivid images that engage the reader's senses and evoke the emotional experiences associated with love. These devices contribute to the poem's exploration of love's beauty and pain, making the rose a poignant reflection on the nature of romantic relationship. That's all for me. Thank you.